Here are a few notes about using the calendar on Moodle. One way it can be used is by associating course activities such as quizzes and assignments with the calendar. So for example, you can set start or end dates. At the moment you don't have editing powers to change this, but you'll see the results by hovering over dates in the calendar block on the right hand side, like that. The way you can use the calendar yourself though is by adding separate events. To do that, you go to the calendar block, click on the month. Once you're on this page, you can create your own events. To do that, you click on the new event button and then decide what sort of event you want to have. Now there are 4 types. There's a user event, and that's really just for you as an individual, so you can set up reminders for yourself. No one else can see them. Similarly, your participants can set up their own user events which no one else can see. You can also set up group events, and I'd recommend that because it means that you can set up reminders just for your group, and no one else will be able to see them outside the group, so it won't clutter up their calendar pages. On the other hand, you may want to set up a course event. That means everyone who is enrolled on a particular course, in this case module 1, will be able to see that event. Occasionally there'll be a need to set up a site event. That would really be for things like a scheduled maintenance downtime, for example, for the site. Let's set up a group event to remind participants that they're going to have a chat discussion, for example. Let's pretend it's Anna Martinello's group, so we choose her group, press OK. By the way, the groups do need to be designated before you set this up, so you may want to set up a new group before you set up the event. For example, it's quite possible that we'd want to have US groups and European groups. If you don't have the powers to do that yourself, get in touch with Gulai or one of the administrators, and we should be able to change that for you. Then complete the name for the event. Let's call it discussion about your research findings. Write a description, then set the date at the bottom. Let's make this one for the 20th of May, so you just select 20th of May here, so it's 20 May. Find an appropriate time for it to begin. Let's say 1900 hours. Leave duration as it is, because you can decide yourselves once you're in the talk how long you want it to last. Unless you want it to repeat regularly, just leave that, and then click on Save Changes at the bottom. Once that's gone through, you can hover over the calendar on the right hand side and you'll see a pop-out box with the event. That same pop-out box will appear on the main course page. There's one other thing to point out while we're here. You can actually edit your event by clicking on the pencil icon over here. You can also delete the event by clicking on the cross, and you can click on the export calendar button to export this calendar, the whole calendar, to your personal desktop calendar, which some people find quite useful.